So the Guyanese Critic is coming to you from Anna Regina. I'm just outside the Al-Madinah Academy and Masjid, and I've received complaints, numerous complaints I've been receiving, and have been interviewing and listening to different people. The Minister of Agriculture is supposed to be listening to some rice farmers, listening to their issues, who were protesting this morning at the RDC boardroom. I am here outside where the Imam for the Masjid has some complaints about a rice miller that many other individuals have complaints about. I, just after this live, will be talking to the manager of this rice mill just to bring some clarity and to give their side of the issues. Imam, if you would just say your name, the name of the masjid, and explain what is the story, what is the issue you guys are facing here?
Okay, first of all, my name is Fawad Mohammed. I'm a graduate of the Islamic University of Medina. I'm the Imam of the Masjid and one of the executive members of the Masjid, as well as the Islamic school that we have here. If you can look at the side of the Masjid here, this is a government reserve land that the Masjid was given permission to use since 2004. Right? However, this part of the land, one of the members of our community.
All of this is Masjid land?
Yes, all of this.
Okay, so just outside of the Masjid
is the government
control, and there's a funeral, there's a
burial ground at the back.
Is that Muslim burial ground also?
Yes, Muslim first, and then the other. I
okay.
think the Mandir owns the other part.
Okay.
That was given by the government. So we have given one of the members of the community, who is not a member of our Jamaat, to utilize it for farming because he was a retiree. And then he migrated and the place became bonding, and then one of the members of our masjid was attacked by bees in around 2017-2018. So we went into the REO, surfing that time, and we told them that we were going to clear up the land and we would just want to utilize it for parking the school buses and let it be, because this is the school entrance here. But because of all the commotion here, we have to still use the masjid entrance. At that time, when the REO sent the help us clear the land along with the members of the Jamaat, in a matter of 2 or 3 hours after the government excavator left, we found that machinery from that rice mill started to come and to pretend that if they were clearing the land. The land was already cleared. I'm not sure about the dates. I think it was 2 years ago. So we went in and we asked the area what is really going on, that we wanted to clear the land for the school children to use it, and it's going to be a very safe zone when they come off the buses and so on. And he said he doesn't know.
The intention was to have a clear area like this.
Correct.
Right the way through.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And also what we were proposing to the REO, that since this part here is that we wanted a little piece for the entrance, and there is a cricket ground.
Okay.
Which the entire community, we opened it for the entire community, not only the Muslim community. We have at least 5 clubs coming to practice here during the dry season. So we told the REO that if we can get a little piece of the reserve, that we don't want ownership. That we don't want ownership. All we want is for that we have a proper cricket ground in which we can, have competitions and promoting activities with the youth. We are still doing that, but the ground is undersized. So that's a proposal we went, and he says go ahead and use it. Then it was these logs. We had
so the rice mill.
The rice millers brought in the logs, hundreds of the logs, blocked the entrance there. And then you can still see him stockpiling sand and stones there, right? So it was telling us that we can't get the land.
Okay.
We went all the way to Amna Ali, at that time was a minister. Myself and the president went, and we told her what is going on.
The president of the masjid?
Yeah, the president of the masjid.
Okay.
We told her what is going on. She was visiting at NOC on the Niming. She called the rice miller in our presence, in the presence of the REO at that time, and she told him there and then, leave the brothers and let them use the land. That didn't go down well. The next day, or 2 days after, it was all more stock of stones, sand, and he told the minister that he spent $12 million to develop this land here. $12 million.
So do you know if the miller, this is the mill here we're talking about?
Yes.
Do you know if the miller has anywhere else to put these stuff? You think they have?
The compound is very big. When you go in there and you visit, there is a reserve right next to the mill. All you have to do is fill that reserve and utilize it. Why are you coming to our masjid reserve? You understand? Why are you coming to our reserve? And right at the side of the fence there is maybe a larger reserve than this. But he doesn't want to move his fence and utilize that reserve. He wants to use the masjid reserve. And it's really hurtful because the amount of if you come here on Sundays, you will find so many young people utilizing the area, right? They benefit so much from the area. Myself and other senior officials, we work along with the youth, try to keep them off drugs, have them having, you know, recreational activities.
Yeah.
But we're not given a chance.
In airing this concern, what do you expect seeing? And you're airing your concern because you need resolution, you need resolve. What do you expect seeing? Who do you expect to do something?
Okay, one of the concern the miller told me, Amna Ali, that he wouldn't have places to park the trailers during the crop season. First of all, there is no line these times because the competition for rice on the Essequibo coast is there. We will also not, if we are to utilize the part of the land, we will leave a parking area for the trailers from here all the way. And they have been utilizing that without any concern from us because we look out for the rice farmers as well. We are a farming community. What we would like to have is permission, not ownership, permission to utilize the land, right? Permission to utilize the land so that the young people of the community will benefit. They will benefit through cricket, they will benefit through football and other sport activities, recreational walks in the afternoon. That is what we want. We want permission to utilize the reserve, and we will maintain it. And if the government ever have a need for it, we will hand it back to them. But all we want is permission to use, and for the rice miller.
So we could expect this masjid, the executive members and everybody else, to keep this area clean as this area here.
I think if you look at that area, it's well maintained.
Yeah.
And the whole public utilize that area. There are businesses on this side, people park on this side. We don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
As you know, Essequibo is a very hospitable community.
Mm-hmm.
The same way we are maintaining that, we're maintaining this.
Have you tried to reach out to the miller and try to see if some resolve could have come from just a sit-down discussion?
Amna Ali promised that she will reach out to the miller at that time. But we were sent messages that they're not willing to talk. We were sent that message. I personally have not reached out to him. Because for me, the message was very clear that you spoke to the minister in our presence, that you wouldn't. She said to the miller, you have enough land. This is exact her words. God is my witness. You have enough land, leave the Muslim brothers with the reserve. Right? And 2 days after, you put all the loads of sands and rock and piles blocking the entrance to the playfield, right? Then that is sending a clear message you don't want to have any kind of communication with us. Since we've written and we're awaiting, because we find it that we should go through the procedures of applying to utilize. That is what we're doing at this very moment.
All right. I'm hoping.
And before this, not to cut you, Critic, before this, the CARICOM rice mills before this were very supportive of our masjid. You understand? They were very amicable in their relations. They would never have done anything to hurt the members of the community.
So when you said before this, CARICOM rice mill is now under new ownership?
That's very clear.
Okay.
That's very clear, yeah. So we are pleading to Dothan Authority and as well that this guy should stop. It's just a little piece of land. It will not benefit him in any way. But you're robbing the community of having a proper playground, that we can have a little pavilion with all the young people around the community who can find other activities in a very modest and moral environment.
All right, brother. Thank you for sharing your concerns, and I'm hoping it does not fall on deaf ears and you get some resolve here with the intention of better serving the community.
Yeah, thank you very much for reaching out to us, and we're hoping for the best.
Thank you, brother.
We have aired our concerns, and we're waiting on procedures, government procedures.
Thanks,
All right,
brother.
Thank you.